Hey ATG, today is Monday, the 7th of June. I'm Adam Newbold, and this is your weekly briefing. In the news, the big one is Fauci, all about Fauci, emails released. Under the Freedom of Information Act, some emails have been released, and they show that Fauci has been lying to us repeatedly and constantly. Some of the big lies are, out of many, number one, masks will not help. Masks will not help. They will do no good, Fauci says. There might be a slight benefit to be able to stop some large spittle if someone is very close to someone and spitting or talk while they talk. But other than that, they will not help. The virus is much smaller than the fibers, and we should not wear masks. So that is contrary to what's been driven, the narrative that's been driven, because that's all about control. And also, the entire asymptomatic thing is utter bullshit. So there is no ability to pass this virus when you are asymptomatic. And Fauci knows that, he knew that, but they locked us down for control and for manipulation. And this virus is not able to be passed unless you are, in fact, sick. And last but not least, Fauci knew that this virus was not from a bat, that this virus was engineered by human beings, and further contributed to the Wuhan laboratory. And lots of money went over there to this laboratory, and he knew very well that that is where this virus came from. Now, I told you early on, when I was doing my videos, Pandemic Nation, if you remember, when all this COVID stuff came out, I didn't know anything other than what I was being told, but I had some friends in high places who told me this was absolutely engineered, and not only did it escape, it didn't leak from a laboratory, it was purposely released. Now, the information I was told is the reason was that China, the masses in China, the public in China, were becoming quite unruly, and the Chinese government wanted to get their people in control, and they released the virus to control their own people, and then the rest of the world took advantage of that opportunity to control all of us as well. Whether that's the reason it was released or not, I do believe firmly and have it from good sources that the virus was released on purpose to the world, and here we sit today with broken economy, broken small businesses, fraudulent election, and a global cabal running things. Now, look, I know that they've been running things for a long time. It's just that now we all know. Now we all see it. And so I'm telling you again, I will be a staunch advocate for standing up and being silent no more, being silent no longer. Stand up and make sure that you voice your opinions about what's going on in our country and what's going on in our country. If we don't do anything now, then our children and our grandchildren are going to look back at this day, and they're just going to shake their heads at what we've lost, what we've squandered. I made a couple of videos that I'll share with you. I will post or I'll put on our website. Remember, our website, guys, is weareprotectors.com. Weareprotectors.com. You as a member have the ability to go in there and to go to the members only area and create an account. Once you create an account, I have to grant you access. Once I grant you access, you should get notification via email that your access has been granted, and then you will be able to log on with the email and the password that you created when you created your account. Now, I am posting things in the announcements area of that members only area of our website, weareprotectors.com. If you have a member or if you have a friend who wants to potentially become a member, who is interested in learning more about ATG, send them to that website, weareprotectors.com. That will explain a lot about the association. They can ask you questions after they've read through that. Now, what I find is people don't like to read. So they skim through things and then they ask all kinds of questions. That's fine, but telling person after person after person all kinds of information when it's right there is kind of tough. So sometimes there are things that they don't even know to ask because they don't know what we do. And as you know, trying to explain what ATG does is a bit tough because this is a fellowship, a brotherhood, a fraternity, an association unlike anything else, an adventure club, a tactical training command, and we are absolutely political. Even though I have avoided allowing this organization to be political, there is nothing more important at this point in time than what's going on in our nation, in our country, other than our families. So weareprotectors.com. Send them there, and also make sure that you have an account created so you have access as we continue to add content to our website. It takes a little bit of doing to put stuff on there. So where I am putting information for you to get spur of the moment, it used to be our Facebook members only page, but again, I'm banned from Facebook, and I've been putting stuff and will continue to put stuff on that MeWe ATG members only page. So we have a members only page on the MeWe app. That's MEWE. If you don't have that, download the MeWe app and find me, Adam Newbold. Friend me on there. Friend request me. I will accept, of course. And then I will invite you to the ATG Worldwide Members Only or ATG Tactical Association Members Only page on MeWe. When I need to get some information out, I post it on there. Then I do ask folks to post it on Facebook because that's where a lot of you still are. And I get it. It's there, but boy, I wish it wasn't. So I'm not able to use it now, so that makes it easy for me to not use it. But we are training, guys. We're training. I'm going to talk about last week and this week coming up next. So last week we had a great week. We did all kinds of stuff. We just had some really great fun times on Wednesday with our jiu-jitsu, and we threw some aikido in there. And then yesterday, man, outstanding day, an amazing day, long day, hot day. But we had a bunch of people come out on motorcycles, in vehicles, family, friends, come out for our motorcycle ride, which wasn't just a motorcycle ride. And we went from ATG over to the Carroll County Airport. Carroll County Airport was, they were overwhelmed by all of the members at ATG, so it was a little bit slow to get our food, but it is a great little place. And if you're not going with a group of 40 or more, then I recommend going over there, especially for those pies. I've got some unbelievable pies. I'm not really a pie guy, but I will eat pie every time over there at the Carroll County Airport restaurant. Then we had flights, some rides, tons of people. What a great time. I mean, that was so well received, and people had a great time flying in airplanes. And a special thanks to our new pilot of our flight school, Nathan, who took up a bunch of folks and just adults and kids alike. Also, Jerry Teeter, also a friend of Jerry Teeter, whose name I do not know yet, but I'm going to find out to thank him because he brought out his Piper Arrow and took folks for rides as well. So there were, it was nonstop, constant taxi down the runway and up into the air and fly around and come on back down. And people had a really great time. Quite a few members who said they would never fly and who have never flown, and many more who have never flown in a small plane. So it was a first for many, many members. So if it was your first, case of beer. Bring it to the clubhouse. Case of beer. That's what we do in the SEAL teams. Anytime it's your first time for something, you owe a case of beer to celebrate. So we'll bring it to this clubhouse, stock for clubhouse. But anyway, guys, listen, after that, we headed over to the Leesville Lake. Cool lake. Cool lake. Now, it's more narrow than at least where we were on the north boat ramp, than I remembered. I haven't been there for a long time. But it's a very long lake. It's a horseshoe-shaped lake, very, very long lake, very cool lake, great lake for pontoon boats. And we are going to set up a day on the water and maybe some camping out too. They've got, I don't know what the deal is with the camps over there and stuff. Lots of motorhomes and RVs, but or trailers, but didn't really look to see if there's tents. I'm sure there probably are, but that might be a cool place to go camp a little bit and then get some pontoons out and some ATG boats if we can. I think they have a horsepower limit, probably 9.9 out on the lake. I didn't see anything high horsepower out there, so we'll have to see about that. But that was cool. We did some Spanish lessons. Great Spanish lessons, and the star of the day was little Jack Solomon, who has been practicing Spanish on his own on the Babbel app, and he knew some words and some phrases, and it was pretty cool to have him chime in there. And we had a good time there, just for about 30 minutes talking Spanish. And from there, we went up to the Chestnut Ridge property, which is my homestead. I'm going to post a video about that, guys. And we went up there and we had some burgers and hot dogs. By this time, it was getting late. We were behind schedule. The airplane rides, everyone wanted to fly. So we spent the time, we took the time and stayed there at the airport much longer, an hour and a half, if not 2 hours longer than anticipated, probably 2 hours longer than anticipated. And everyone that wanted to ride got to ride. And then once we got up to Chestnut Ridge, we had some food, had some beverages, and then we did some unarmed defense. And this was a lot of PDEF stuff, but we also added in some Aikido, Hapkido, and some a little bit of Kung Fu stuff as well. So it was good, a good time, to say the least. And then the day was getting long, so we discussed it and decided not to go into armed defense at that point in time, but that will be a follow-on seminar for sure. Great times, guys. Really a wonderful day, and appreciate all of you coming out. It was well received, and a lot of fun for sure. So I want to make sure I thanked our pilot Nathan, but I want to make sure I thank Stephen Kuboff, because he runs our aviation program, and he did an outstanding job coordinating and making sure that the plane was over there, and we had everything that we needed, and coordinated with Jerry and Nathan, and also with his wife Lauren. And a big thanks to her, because she made sure that everyone who wanted to ride knew where to go, and got them on the planes or over to the planes, and made sure that we had a constant stream of people, so there wasn't any lag time as that plane came in. It wasn't sitting there on the tarmac waiting for riders, passengers. So it was a great thing. Thank you very much, Lauren. Thank you very much, Steve. Jerry Teeter, thank you very much for all of your help and everything you did out there. And Bridget, thank you very much. Bridget didn't come out on the ride. She stayed up at Chestnut Ridge getting things ready to receive us up there. And by the time we got up there, she had burgers and dogs cooking. She had canopies set up, and she had chairs places and food out on the table. And it was a really nice spread. Drinks on ice. Good time. So thank you very much, honey. I love you. And that was awesome. Now, I did say that everyone got to ride who wanted to ride on the plane, but I will tell you that little my good buddy Isaac Barnes did not get to ride. Wanted to ride. I knew his mother would let us take him up, but she wasn't there, and she's works hard, and she was sleeping, so we couldn't get a hold of her to get permission. So Isaac, buddy, we're going to get you a special ride just for you up in the airplane, for you and your mom if she wants, or however you want to do it, bud. So sorry we couldn't get you up there, but we will. All right, and this coming week we've got tomorrow processing coffee orders. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We'll be processing coffee orders for a good part of the morning and afternoon, and I will be over at C4 Coffee House if you want to stop in, or if you need something. I'll be back and forth between headquarters and C4. We've got a little crew in there working on stuff, getting shipments ready to go out. Tuesday evening, 6 to 8, wrestling practice. 6 to 8, wrestling practice. Wednesday, 6 to 8, jujitsu. Still $10 a person for jujitsu. Come on in, drop your 10 in the can on the left, $10 a person. Great time. We will roll, we will learn, we will have some fun. The folks who've been coming have been learning quite a lot, and things are really adding up. You know, at first it doesn't seem like you're learning so much, just a little bit at a time. But week after week after week, next thing you know, you start putting things together, just like a language, a foreign language, just like that Spanish. You start putting things together, next thing you know, you have a few phrases, then sentences, then paragraphs, and then you're fluent. So really cool time. And when we rest, after we go live, after we roll a little bit, we'll probably throw some Aikido in there, or some different combatives type stuff. Now, guys, listen, I talked about this out at Chestnut Ridge. ATG, we're going to turn jiu-jitsu into a combatives class. We are going to offer ATG combatives to the world, other than douchebag Biden voters, and that's the way I feel about them. And if you don't like it, I don't give a damn, because our country is jacked up and you are the problem. So part of the problem, there's many more who are part of the problem, but you are certainly part of the problem. And we are going to offer ATG combatives, and members will either pay $10 or a lesser amount, and folks who are not members of ATG will pay at least double to be able to come in and train with us. So certainly I'm sure that other people will decide to join ATG if they want to train, but that training will consist of stuff that we do in the SEAL teams and stuff that I've trained in all of my adult life, and even some as a kid. Wrestling, catch wrestling, shoot fighting, pit fighting, jiu-jitsu, Chinese Chonfa Kempo Kung Fu, some Taekwondo, some Aikido, some line fighting, armed and unarmed defense fighting, and just some really good stuff. So, and I will distinguish between things that are most applicable in the high-risk arena, the life or death arena, versus the sport fight or the competition where people stand up and flare their feathers and want to see who can best who, or they're angry with each other and an argument turns into a fight. But there is a big difference, and we have to distinguish between life or death fighting versus sport fight and competition type stuff. But we will do that. We will have fun, and also big difference between one-on-one fighting and multiple threats or multiple aggressors. Big difference between stopping someone and controlling someone. Okay, you can do both, but you don't have to necessarily do both. I mean, stopping someone can happen very quickly. Controlling someone is actually quite a bit harder. That's what I love about wrestling. Boxing is a great sport, but I believe that to impose your will on another human being is more difficult than just shutting them down in many cases. All right, so we have jiu-jitsu this weekend, or this Wednesday, and then we also have probably going to get something online if I can do a live broadcast Thursday or Friday. It's tentative, so TBD, but we're going to talk about what's going on in our country and the state constitution, because we've got to get hot on this state constitution stuff, guys. Federal government is hijacked, so the states have got to get strong and take their independence back to some extent, because this is the United States of America, and the state governments should have much more power than they do currently. They've given a lot of our powers away, so they're taking it back and trying to get control of this country, state by state by state. So we will have that conversation, but I've got to figure out a platform to do it, and I will let you know best I can whether that will be Thursday or Friday. Now, other than that, the coming Sunday, CCW. Concealed carry course Sunday. If you have someone who wants to, right now it's wide open. There are seats available, but there are a lot of people. The reason I put it this Sunday is because I've had a lot of people request a concealed carry course immediately. So please go to c4coffees.com and you can scroll down to all products and register on there for the concealed carry course. Okay, the concealed carry course is $150 now. Prices are up with everything. The dollar bill, the value of the dollar bill is kaput. It's broken. It's much more worthless than it has been for a long time or forever. So yeah, the price is up a bit, but if you are an ATG member, you can use the coupon code PROTECTORS if you would like to take that course. Now, if you have taken the course and you're willing to come out and assist with the course, it's much appreciated. Of course, your skill sets will continue to be honed. And guys, we've got to train. So nothing, I believe strongly that some of the best training that you can do, there's nothing like teaching to help you train. So come on out and help teach, help watch for safety, and learn more, hone your skill sets. You might need them. I hope not. But that is this Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And, I need to change that from 8 to 5 because we go long and I'm teaching the course, and there are things that I want in the course that we have left out in courses in recent years, but they're back in the course right now. So we're having a lot of fun with it and getting some people some great skill sets. Congratulations to ATG members who competed in and completed a Olympic distance triathlon in Edinburgh. Scott Loveland, Scott Riccardi, Brock Doran, Kevin Schreffler, and Mike Puskar. Hoo-yah, gentlemen. Hoo-yah. Great job. A couple of things we're looking at for the near future. We're going to set a date for the Family Range Fest. We're going to set a date for the Warrior Trek. And also, we are going to set a date here at some point for our first formal ATG ball. And we need to do another working party out at the Elks building. I hope I can get some folks to show up for that, and we'll add some training out there to make sure you get some good training value, and then we can do some scraping and painting and have a good time out there at the Elks. If you haven't seen that building, it's a pretty cool building. But that is going to be a good time, guys. Some other things that we are looking at is a dive trip, and we're putting some thought into a trek into and through some parts of Alaska. Yeah, that's right. ATG Trek Across Alaska. I've talked about this for 11 years now, but not with all of you, and I'm letting the cat out of the bag because I've been discussing with some of our Alaskan residents. We have multiple members of ATG who live in Alaska, and we are starting some conversations, and we're going to see what we might put together. And don't know if it's going to be this year. You know, time goes by real quickly, and who knows if we're going to be in some sort of a war at some point in time. Things are not looking good, but maybe we'll just continue struggling along with this whole kind of I don't know, global government that we have controlling things. You know, we can do that, but I want our country back. So we'll see what happens here, guys. But I'll tell you, we've got some big adventures coming up. We've got some gold panning and looking for gold. We've got some diving coming up. We've got a ball coming up. We're gonna have our Warrior Trek coming up, and we're gonna have our Range Fest challenge and our Family Range Fest coming up as well. So keep an eye out for that stuff, guys. Keep engaged. Lots of training. We will continue the training. We'll continue the ATG combatives, armed and unarmed defense stuff, and we'll continue to be ready. We've got to train in high-tech, low-tech communications, ham radio stuff coming up. We will continue the Spanish lessons. We'll put those on the calendar on a weekly basis so we can do some Spanish. But guys, stay engaged. You've got to make sure that you're checking our website and make sure you're watching these weekly briefings. I know it's kind of a pain, but just if you would, on a Monday or Tuesday, sit down and watch the weekly briefing. I try to have it out on Mondays or before. Sometimes it comes out late, but I've been pretty good about getting it out at least by Mondays, if not Sundays. Check out these weekly briefings so you know what's going on, guys. I know it's easier to refer back to something that's written down, but right now this is the way we're doing it. I want to keep you in the loop. All right, guys. Stay safe, stay strong, stay effective. We are ATG. Hoo-yah.